Earning your degree online doesn't mean you have to go about it alone. At Capella University, we're here to support you when you're ready. From enrollment counselors who get to know you and your goals, to academic coaches who can help you form a plan to stay on track. We care about your success and are dedicated to helping you pursue your goals. Going back to school is a big step, but having support at every step of your academic journey can make a big difference. Imagine your future differently at capella.edu.
You were listening to a Pleasure podcast. For more from our Sex Podcast Collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.
Welcome back to Private Parts Unknown, a podcast about love and sexuality around the world. I'm Courtney Kocak, and Privates, today I am giving you a sneak peek inside Coco's Peep Show. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that is the name of my OnlyFans account. I recently celebrated my 4-year anniversary on OnlyFans, and I have learned a lot along the way. So today I am giving you the download. But first, a quick word from our sponsor, Marie Murr. Marie Murr is our sponsor all month long on Private Parts Unknown because August is hot as hell and my privates need lingerie to match, okay? I am so excited because my latest shipment of Marie Murr just came in the mail and I have got some spicy plans for my new items. First, I'm going to do a photo shoot, which I will be sharing on my OnlyFans, of course. And then I'm going to give my husband a special treat and let him unwrap me like a very sexy present, which of course is going to be super fun for both of us. So if you want to spice up your sex life too, whether that is solo or with a partner or hey, maybe with a whole polycule, Marie Murr has got the hottest BDSM and bondage-inspired lingerie. They've got leather, they've got latex, fishnets, bodysuits, literally everything you need to get it popping. So head on over to mariemur.com. It is MARIEMUR.com, but you can just go ahead and use the link in the episode description and use code PRIVATE for 15% off. I cannot wait to see what you get. Okay, so let's dive into my OnlyFans learnings from year 4. I actually did a year 3 anniversary recap last year. So if you want to scroll back in the feed and check that out, you can have the full experience. But basically, I started my OnlyFans in 2020. It was, in the heat of the pandemic. I was actually inspired by this BLM incentive I was offering, where if people donated $25 or more to Black Lives Matter and they sent me the receipt, I would send them a topless pic. I actually sent them like a 3-pack of photos, like a really hot ass shot, and people freaking loved it. It was so popular. I had a bunch of repeat customers. I offered 2 different 3-packs. Anyway, I kept a spreadsheet and I wound up generating $32,685 in BLM donations. And that was really an eye-opening experience. I realized, damn, sex really does sell. That is no joke. And it was also super fun to do, but the problem was it was a ton of admin. It took me like a week or 2 to fulfill all of the requests that I got, and it was just a lot of work, but I had a blast. So around the same time, back when Sophia was co-hosting, we started doing a Comedians of OnlyFans series for the podcast. And after just the first interview, I was super intrigued. You can hear me on the tape being like, So before we even did the second interview, I had already started an OnlyFans of my own. And from the beginning, my account has been pretty tame. It's Playboy style. It's Victoria's Secret style. It's like bikini, lingerie, topless. Nothing really more extreme than that. I've done like a couple shower videos, but they're not really explicit. And regardless, it's been an awesome outlet for me. I have always been an exhibitionist. When I was a little kid, I would just come home from daycare and want to get naked on the couch. It was very innocent, but that's just my nature, I guess. And, I've been for a very long time just curious about sex work and interested in that world too. So this was a really good way for me to indulge those aspects of myself in a pretty safe way. So there have been a couple developments since my last anniversary. I turned 40 and I got married. And despite both of those things, I love that I can still do OnlyFans. I don't feel any pressure to quit because of my age or my relationship, which is awesome. It gives me this extra outlet to feel sexy, and I actually think that's good for my relationship. And I think my age has been an advantage too. First of all, I feel like I still look great. And the real benefit of my age, which we've talked about in episodes past, is I've been really good at maintaining my boundaries. And I'm not sure it would have been so easy to do that when I was younger. So I'm really glad that this experience happened. I started when I was in my late 30s, and now I'm 40 and I'm still doing it. And I think it's actually been a huge benefit. So love that for all of us. I've also made a decent amount of money from my OnlyFans. I looked it up and my gross is $38,213.15 after my 4-year anniversary. And OnlyFans takes 20%, so that makes my net $30,562.88. So I'm really stoked that I have netted over $30,000. And I would actually love to hit $50K by my 5-year anniversary next year. That's kind of my goal. But yeah, that's a decent chunk of money. And I actually haven't done as many new photo shoots over the last year that I usually do. Just I've been really busy, and I have like a huge log of content that a lot of which hadn't even been posted yet. So photo shoots are my main expense. Sometimes I rent a studio, just like getting a spray tan and stuff costs money. So I haven't had as many related expenses this year, but I am gearing up to shoot a bunch of new stuff. I have something scheduled for later this month, and I'm planning another shoot for September. And that's great. I mean, regardless of the fact that they cost a little bit of money, photo shoots are super fun. I love the photographers I work with. They are the best. And it's been an amazing creative outlet for me. It is such a blast to figure out what I'm going to wear, and I get to perform a little bit during the actual shoot, and getting ready for it keeps me in shape. I have to say, on that note though, I have learned to love my body's imperfections more from doing OnlyFans, ironically. I think when people are really appreciating your body, even when you see tiny flaws, that really helps you accept the whole package. And it's done that for me too. Even though it seems like maybe I could be more critical of my body from OnlyFans, it hasn't been like that. So anyway, we are going to take a really quick break, and then I am going to tell you about one of my favorite things about OnlyFans and one of my least favorite things that happened this year, right after this.
This is not the sound of a stream running through the mountains. It's water from a leaking pipe trickling down a stairway. That's not a frog splashing into a lake. It's a piece of sheetrock falling into a puddle on a kitchen floor. And that's not a hiker taking a deep breath of mountain air. It's a homeowner gasping at the sight of a $12,000 water damage repair bill. 40% of homeowners have experienced water damage. Protect your home with the Moen Smart Water Monitor and Shutoff. Moen.
Okay, so one of my very favorite parts of my OnlyFans, and I have to admit I love pretty much everything about having an OnlyFans, is I do dick reviews. Yes, I do dick reviews. They are $20. Basically, you send a $20 tip and a dick pic, and I send back a paragraph review of your dick. And I'm a writer, so I take this super seriously. The only downside is sometimes my turnaround time isn't great. Like, I'll let a bunch of them stack up and then I'll, do them all at one time. But I have had so many satisfied customers. So even if it takes me a while, usually I'll get a reply like, oh my God, that was so worth the wait. And I've even gotten a handful of repeat customers that are like, oh my God, amazing. Can I do that again? And I happily oblige. So I actually currently need to catch up right now. I'm actually planning to do a big batch of dick reviews this week. So this would be a perfect time to get your order in if this sounds intriguing. So you just go to onlyfans.com/Coco Peep Show. You subscribe for the month. I'm running a big anniversary sale right now, so it's only like $3.50 or something for the month. It's crazy cheap. And then you leave a $20 tip and send the dick pic of your choice, and you're going to be in the queue. And I mean, honestly, these dick reviews are like truly works of art. I've been thinking like I might even publish them into a book someday. I'm just really proud of them. And, I don't know if you guys know this, but my big goal is to be a best-selling author. And I just think it's really cool that people can buy this sort of keepsake from me, like, before I made it. Like, this might be a dick review from a best-selling author one day. How fucking cool and weird is that? It truly is one of my favorite things about OnlyFans, is having that outlet for my writing, too. Okay, so the only shitty thing that happened over my last year on OnlyFans, and really like the shittiest thing that happened because of OnlyFans, period, and this really does suck, is that a bunch of my content got pirated. And at first I was like, what the fuck? What do I do? It turned out to be a solvable problem-ish. I got a tip from another OnlyFans creator. Obviously, this is like a industry-wide issue, and it's happened to lots of creators. So anyway, I got this tip. I had to get a monthly anti-piracy service. It's called Clip Sentry. I'm happy with them, I think. Talking to Dominic Ford, who does Just for Fans, made me like kind of sad that I didn't start on that platform because they have some built-in anti-piracy. But all I have to say about this, just overall, is don't steal people's content and don't consume stolen content, because it feels so violating. Like, it's behind a paywall for a reason. It's not free. It's not for everybody to share on the internet. So, luckily I'm proud of my content, and it wasn't like the worst thing in the world, but yeah, it was a problem, and it made me feel shitty. So anyway, big thumbs down on that. But overall, my experience on OnlyFans has been fabulous. Like, awesome with a capital A. And piracy aside, it feels like I'm getting paid for sexual attention on my own terms, which as a woman, that's not always the case. A lot of times you get unwanted sexual attention, but this version of getting sexual attention on my own terms and getting paid for it has been really healing and liberating for me. So thank you, OnlyFans. I am very much looking forward to year 5. And before we wrap this up, just a friendly reminder that August is Marie Mer month on Private Parts Unknown, because August is hot as hell and y'all need some lingerie to match, okay? And also, hot tip, boyfriends or partners of any gender, get your girl some Marie Mer if she likes sexy ass lingerie. I am talking BDSM and bondage inspired lingerie that includes leather and latex and fishnets and bodysuits. This will be a gift for both of you, I promise you. It definitely heats things up between me and my guy. So head on over to mariemur.com by using the link in the episode description and use code PRIVATE for 15% off. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Private Parts Unknown. Stay tuned right here. I have got another sexy episode coming your way next week. Next week, we're talking all about nudity. For the latest episodes, look down and make sure you're following us on your favorite podcast player now. To stay in touch between episodes, follow me at Courtney Kocak. My last name is Kocak on Instagram and Twitter. And follow the show at Private Parts Unknown on Instagram and at Private Parts on Twitter. And hey, baby, I am shamelessly trying to hit the top 1% on OnlyFans, always and forever. That would be such an amazing anniversary gift. So if you are interested in a Playboy-style peek behind the podcast, you can subscribe to my OnlyFans account. You just go to onlyfans.com/Coco Peep Show. It is a super horny way to help support the show. And I absolutely love my horn dogs. So if you are interested, join me on onlyfans.com/Coco Peep Show. And of course, subscribe to the Private Parts Unknown newsletter. It's privatepartsunknown.substack.com. There is a link for that in the episode description. And subscribe to the Private Parts Unknown YouTube channel for the video version of a bunch of episodes. The audio episodes also automatically update over there now. So head on over to youtube.com/privatepartsunknown and smash that subscribe button. That is youtube.com/privatepartsunknown. And check out my other podcast for more of my audio creations. I have The Bleeders about book writing and publishing, and Podcast Bestie, which is a best friend to podcasters trying to grow and monetize their shows. And if you are a writer and you not only want to generate a ton of new material, but get it published, like the viral essay for Cosmo that I did a reading of a few episodes back, I have got the writing intensive of your dreams going down in September. It is called Back to School Pitch Party. I just wrapped a cohort, my pilot cohort, in July, and it was freaking amazing. My students were wildly productive. They wrote 27,000 to 40,000 words, which is, if you're a writer, you know that's insane, in 1 month. And they've already gotten bylines in the Huffington Post and the Sun, and we're still waiting on some more. So it was amazing. If you are interested, head on over to my website. It is CourtneyKocak.com/teaching. Again, Courtney Kocak. My last name is KOCAK.com/teaching. And you can use code PRIVATE for $100 off. Shout out to Amy Rausch for the bomb-ass theme music. For more info about Amy and her music, check out amyrausch.com. That is Amy, RAASCH.com. This episode was mixed by my beloved audio guy, Michael Castaneda of Plastic Audio. And after enjoying this content, could we ask you for a quick favor? Just go to ratethispodcast.com/private and give us a 5-star rating and review. I'm actually trying to hit #1 on the sexuality charts before I go out with a book proposal related to this podcast, and you can help me do that. So if you are listening on Spotify, you just go to our page, you click the 3 dots, which is called the hamburger sign, and then you click rate show, click all 5 stars, and voila, you are done. You've made my day. I also want to say what's up to my new CastBox listeners. You can rate and review the show in the app. You can also rate and review the show in the Apple Podcast app. And no matter where you are listening, you can rate and review the show on both Apple Podcasts and CastBox just by going to ratethispodcast.com/private and leaving a 5-star rating and review. I would love to read a new review on the pod. So hit me with those sweet nothings, please. And hey, there is one more way you can help support the show. We are now on the Fountain app. So if you are listening on Fountain or another V4V platform and you get value from this show, you can support us by sending a boostagram. You can even send a comment along with your boost. And I have to say, those are my favorite messages to get because they come with a little bit of Bitcoin. Thank you so much for sticking with me until the end. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring. Love you, privates.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply.